TJ, Holmes praised Amy Robach's marriage as a love story like no other. She should win an Emmy. TJ, Holmes lauded Amy Robach and Andrew Shue's relationship before starting a romance with his Good Morning America co-host, calling theirs a love story like no other. Your story continues below even though this advertising hasn't yet loaded. Article substance. In a popular video, TJ, Holmes praised Amy Robach's marriage as a love story like no other. She should win an Emmy. Holmes, 45, was chatting to Robach, 49, and Shue, 55, in a recently discovered tape from October 2021 that has been making the rounds. The three were promoting their children's book, Better Together. You're about to hear about a love tale like no other, added Holmes, who also remarked, "These are two of my favorite people on the globe." You're all familiar with Amy Robach and her husband Andrew Shue, who is also a great friend. These two people got married, got divorced, had children together. He had 3 sons, she had 2 daughters, and formed a family. It was not always simple. Then again, here they are. A recorded segment of the interview followed, during which Shue described how they first connected at a book party. She remarked that they had been chatting about their children face to face for 5 minutes. "Yes, he showed me a photo of his 3 sons, I gave him a photo of my 2 daughters, and he eventually asked for my phone number," Robach continued. "We met the next day, got engaged after 5 months, and got married after 10. Despite the fact that it wasn't simple," Shue continued, "they taught us all that you need to be open and tolerant." Robach remarked, "We took everything we could from them. Nothing makes me prouder than hearing our 5 children refer to one another as their brothers and sisters. That is the thing I am most proud of. I believe we can agree that we work better together." Your story continues below even though this advertising hasn't yet loaded. Article substance. Prior to the conclusion of their combined presentation, Shue expressed his pride in Holmes and his ex-wife, saying that this is a wonderful show. "You folks ought to be happy." Followers of the drama that has developed when Robach and Holmes both left their wives and began dating one another soon voiced their opinions, as the revived section circulated on social media. One viewer of the tape wrote, "She deserves an Emmy for her performance in this," and another added, "Get her an Oscar for acting." A third reviewer speculated, "They were probably laughing at their affair while the spouse is oblivious." I enjoy seeing these vintage vids. After the Daily Mail released photos of Holmes and Robach making out in public, rumors of a possible relationship between them started to circulate late last month. As Robach leans into a car, Holmes quickly grabs her behind in a fun manner. Naturally, social media exploded. Your story continues below even though this advertising hasn't yet loaded. According to insiders, Robach dumped her husband in August, and Holmes also split from his wife, attorney Marilee Fiebig, in the same month. However, an individual who spoke to People when word of the romance broke defended the couple, claiming they were both unmarried when they started a new relationship. This involved 2 adults who gave their agreement and were divided. She has nothing to conceal. After that, they both felt very at ease dating in public because they were separated. Even their spouses had relocated, so they weren't keeping anything a secret. The 2 resumed their jobs in early December after a brief hiatus and cracked jokes about the developing story, but last week ABC News President Kim Godwin fired them both. "After giving it some thinking, I've decided to take Amy and TJ off the air until we work through this," Godwin stated. "These choices are not simple, and they are not impulsive, but they are essential for the brand. With rumors, speculative talk, and gossip, we cannot function. We must remain concentrated on our work." Robach and Holmes are perplexed and baffled by the decision to pull them off broadcast. According to TMZ, Holmes' marriage reportedly fell apart as their relationship, which they had been co-hosting GMA3, What You Need to Know since the fall of 2020, grew. According to a source who spoke to People, Amy was going through a heartache and TJ was very much there for her and supportive, and that is when they started something. While the images of Holmes and Robach were unexpected, a colleague told People that the couple's connection was not. The insider continued, "Employees are shocked it took this long to come out. Because they didn't want the controversy surrounding the event, everyone was turning a blind eye." Meanwhile, only a few weeks before the scandal's public revelation, Holmes referred to Robach as his best friend in an interview with the New York Post. He declared before to the pair participating in the New York City Marathon, "I am a really, really blessed person. Now that I have my absolute dream job, and while I'm doing it, I get to do it next to my best friend." During an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, competing CBS Mornings co-host Gayle King described the situation as extremely dirty and very sloppy.